know, Joan. Now, I just can't win. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Yes, I got to read that. Okay. I just can't win that you had just been admitted to the mental health ward. And I'm going to tell you one thing right here, right now, Joan. There is no shame in that. You are where you need to be to get the help that you need. That would be no different than if you had your leg chopped off and you had to go into the hospital on the surgery ward and get some help. No. And you know, Joan, I know that you know that, but I can only imagine how you're thinking right now, because you know that I've been there. I've been there. I have the depression and the sleeping disease and the anxiety, and it's taking me a long time to get to where I have been. And you know that I've been on the hospital ward before for the mental health. Yeah, I can remember now. I was only a young woman back then, Joan, and I remember, it scared me for life. Now, this is not to say that this experience should scare you, but I had an experience as a young girl, Joan. This lady had come back from some sort of electric shock therapy, and she was in the bed next to me. Now, she was a large woman, and I'm not a small woman, and I've never really been a small woman. But at that time, I was the smallest that I'd been. And, you know, I was only a young girl, very impressionable. I had not seen a lot of naked people. So she come back from her electric shock therapy. I believe that's what it was. And she was in the bed next to me, with her hospital gown come open as she turned over, and I saw the biggest boobies that I'd ever seen in my life. But, Joan, they were not the nicest boobies I ever seen in my life. It scared me. They was big and droopy. But now, mind you, these days, well, my bosoms is small and droopy. But I understand where she was headed, but that scared me for life. But I'm getting off topic now, you know. But the point is, I have been there myself, and I have seen what it's like on them wards, and I know that it can help you. I went to group therapies. You know, we talk about our feelings and whatnot, and it do help. And I got to tell you, it also helps to see people that is crazier than you. 'Cause you know, at the time I felt crazy, but there was always somebody crazier than me. And you know, that always helps, right? Always be worse, always be better. Always be crazier, always be less crazier. And that's how you got to look at it, right? But you know, I don't judge them people, because they're where they're to, and I'm where I'm to, and we're all where we're supposed to be to. And it's all going to be good, Joan, you know? Yeah, you're where you need to be. I'm certain of that, and I love you. And you know, as soon as I swipes them air miles a few more times, I'm going to be on an aeroplane, and I'm going to be up with you, Joan, and we're going to have a time. Yeah, 'cause you're going to come back from this stronger than ever. You're just taking care. Just like if you had the flu. Now you'll be in bed for a few days and take your medicine and get back. It takes its time, but that's no different. You're where you got to be, doing what you got to do, and I'm so proud of you, Joan. I'm so proud of you. You know, not everybody takes that opportunity to go and get the help. There's so many people out there struggling and not opening up about it and not seeking the help that is available. I love you, Joan. I really do. And my love, I could be in that bed next to you tomorrow. I mean, you know, if I was in Ontario. But I could be in a bed here in Newfoundland on the 2E and the Grand Floss. I could be there. You don't know. Especially what me and Frank have been through. I mean, you knows what me and Frank have been through. That have tested me more than once. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's been a hard time. A hard go. And you know, Joan, more than anybody, what I've been through. But I'm going to say this now. I'm going to read you a quote of the Google. Hold on. Now, Jonathan and Nicole, they come over and they got the Google set up for me. I wanted to read you a quote because this makes me think of you, Joan. It says, "Don't be ashamed of your story. It will inspire others." And it's from somebody who is unknown. And you know, that's not the most profound quote in the world, no. But you have inspired so many, Joan. So many people is looking up to you day in and day out. And that's not to say that you always got to be on your game. People are inspired by those who fall and rise again. And Joan, you will rise again. And I know that as your bestest friend, I do. I know it's without a doubt. Okay? So you do what you got to do. You stay on the down low for now. But you'll be up there again, I promise you. And I love you, Joan, with all of my heart, all of my soul. I would do anything for you. And now, before I go, I got to tell you something now. Look at my glasses, Joan. You see them colourful patterns on my glasses. That's what Jonathan and Nicole picked out for me, because they said, you know, Nan, you are single now. And, you know, you're attracting the boys now sometimes. And I said, yes, I know that. I could see the looks that I get from men now sometimes. You know, the confidence that I got these days since I left Frank, right? I mean, you know. So they said, Nan, you got to get with the times. So they picked out these funky glasses for me. And I don't know, what do you think, Joan? Do you think that they suits me? I feels a little funny, right? I mean, I know that I'm an attractive woman, you know. But I don't know about this. I'm not sure. I want your opinion, Joan. And now I got to go and I got to pumice my feet now, Joan, because they're getting dry. The winter air, oh, it gets so bad. So tonight's the night. Now, what is Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday nights is the nights that I usually set aside to pumice my dry feet, Joan. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to do that. But I'll be back, Joan. I'll be checking in on you because you know I love you. And I'm right here with you. I'm going through it with you even if I'm not there physically, okay? God bless you, my